Black Canary, Best of the Best, issue 4. Tom King writing with Ryan Sook on the art. So, round 4.
I will say that I did what you kind of suggested a couple issues ago, where you don't have to read everything the announcers are saying. And if you just really focus on the flashback story and the stuff that's going on around that, and just kind of look at the action of what's going on, it kind of improves the quality of the book.
Yeah, I mean, I still read most of the thing, but
yeah, when I say I didn't read it, I skimmed a lot of it to make sure, what was going on. But yeah,
make sure there was nothing important being slipped in there. Yeah, I mean, this does the sort of thing where it's like where Dinah and Ollie first met, and like she keeps beating him up.
Yeah.
Like he thinks that she's like another trainee of Ted Grant, but she's actually the trainer. And Ted Grant is on his way to the hospital after what Shiva did to him last issue. And I think what I liked about this is that they basically say that Black Canary's so pissed off that now she starts just like annihilating Shiva to the point where it seems like she breaks her arm, like, and she makes her scream, and we get that glorious red panel of her crying out. So I don't know,
very Pentagon of Dinah. Bringing back the sacrificio.
Yeah, evil short. And then the other sort of flashback subplot is her being out for drinks with her mother, and they're taking shots and stuff like that, and Dinah's getting drunk, her mum's getting a bit drunk. And the joke at the end of the issue with this is that when they stumble out of the bar, she gets tackled by someone, and then her mum's like, "Oh no, I forgot this was a test," and it's like Ted Grant's there to tackle her.
Because Dinah keeps going, "I'm not drinking anymore because I know this is a test," and her mom's like, "No, you need to relax. Why would I do that to you?"
But then her mum gets so drunk that she forgets that it was a test.
And then just the realization is like, "Oh yeah, this was a test."
Yeah,
real funny.
That's good. Also, Dinah in the fight does the Bane backbreaker. And
down to Sook just using the same exact what did it say, because he's not copying it exactly.
No, but like the way she lifts her up so that she's like facing up the way is just like Bane holding up Batman, and then the way she like brings her down on her knee. Yeah, it's very similar.
It's that famous panel that we said, that we're used to seeing.
Honestly, my favorite part of the issue, though, bizarrely, is probably the 2 pages of like during the Ollie like subplot, where it's actually just Dinah's phone as she's texting her mum backwards and forwards. Yeah. And her mum's like, "Oh, so you like this boy then? So you're gonna get married?" And she's like saying no. But then by the end of the text, she's like, "Hey, tell him he's your boyfriend now." And then she does that in like one of the following scenes, and it's oddly kind of sweet. And also, her mum's got a dirty mind.
Yes.
Because Dinah says, "I like how he gets up," and then she's like, "Oh, no, off the mat, mom."
Yes.
You dirty
from the mat. She even says JFC, which again, the texting lingo here.
It's always this weird thing with this moving timeline where now we're doing like when Dinah and Ollie first met and smartphones already exist, and I'm like, this is weird.
But it looks like a Motorola Razr, and I always say that because I had one of those.
So you're saying this is like a late 2000s style?
Yeah, because you can see that it's a flip phone still, right? When Dinah's holding it, and to the screen, and that's the only reason I bring it up is that's what my Razr screen looked like. It was the same kind of dimensions. So, the sliding scale will never not. It was just like in Titans Year One, right? Them using social media and stuff. It's weird.
Yeah. So, the big thing towards the end is that Shiva's actually going to surrender. Like she's almost muttering out the phrase "I surrender," but then Dinah punches her before she can finish it. So the fight keeps going.
Yeah. Because we find out that, after Dinah disposes of Ted, right, for the test, her mom's like, "No, you have to win. Like, whatever you have to do, you're not going to go out there and embarrass me by losing. I know you're capable of it."
But here's the thing, though. She could have just won right there and then, and she kept the fight going. So it's like, okay, like they're still playing masterfully with this. Okay, what is Dinah's actual intentions in the fight itself? There's just I have so many like questions because there's so many like different possibilities they've given us by this point with all these flashbacks.
It feels kind of like Ocean's 11 in that way, where you think that you have everything figured out, and then they drop another twist on you, and you're just like, "Oh, I didn't even consider that," So, you know, she's still trying to make it to the 6th round, right? Because that's what Dinah says. She's got to make it through the 6th.
Yeah,
and you know, 6 issues and whatever. So
I probably like this more than the last issue, actually. I would say, even though I don't think it quite has the gut punch of a reveal at the end, like issues 1 and 2 both had. But yeah, but this is probably the issue where I like the fight the most, though, and the actual ring.
Well, it's the comeback, right? Like you used to watch wrestling a lot. You know, it's that part where the baby face is getting beaten down, and now they get to return fire and fire up the crowd. You know, so it plays with that, you know, psychology and expectation, and I think King does a very good job here at playing with our expectations. Like, when I didn't think she was going to break Shiva's arm, right? So then when she goes and does it, you're like, oh man, no, she's really in this fight. Like, has she been laying down on her punches the whole time?
Yeah, and
right? Could have she ended this early if she wanted to.
The commentators have the cheek to say this is just sheer luck. Like the fact that Dinah's now winning is just sheer luck. And I'm like, you son of a bitch. I hope she like comes out and punches you too for saying that. How dare you?
Well, they kind of tease that too. They're like, oh, don't let her hear you say that. You know? But, and I'm also a sucker for early Ollie and Dinah, and I think this is handled really well because it makes Ollie look like kind of like a dork because he's just constantly getting knocked down.
Oh, and he's an asshole at first. Like the way he acts when he sees, oh, we're training with a woman. Oh, this is a waste of time. I'm paying you, Ted.
A lady? Yeah. And just the fact that Ted's like, no, she's the trainer. You know? So, but yeah, I'm a sucker. And just the way that the layouts come on that page where it's got Ollie with the boxing gloves up, and then them fighting, and you get the pows and the slams on the white background. You know, it almost looks like one of those scenes with a bunch of the smash cuts together of Ollie just getting his butt whooped the whole time.
Yeah, and it's a lot of negative space as well on that page, which is very different to the rest of the book, which is all very panel based.
Yeah. Sooka's really working still. Like all the fight stuff here, a lot of the progressions of it. You never really get lost or forget the fight that's going on. You know, like the main fight. So when you come back to it after these breaks, you pick right back where you were leaving off on. So you know, it's good.
And then just Dinah's line, and you're my boyfriend now, I guess. He's like, okay, yeah, let's do that. That sounds good. So no, I think it's very good. The art's phenomenal. Really enjoyable, like beats and scenes. The only thing that's going to hold it down a little bit compared to those first 2 issues, which I raved about and gave like top scores to, is that I just don't think it has quite the same through line with an ending that those 2 issues did. That was basically like top tier. Like we rated those 2 issues very, very high. Whereas this is still a great issue, but it just doesn't quite hit that level. So, all right, Matt, what are you giving Black Canary?
I'm gonna give this an 8.5.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go straight 8 on this one, but really good stuff.